Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ben and James from the Twin Engines of Destruction, and today we are going to be talking about the new Disney Plus Star Wars show, Andor. They released their first 3 episodes all at the same time already. We've checked them out, and we want to tell you guys what we thought. This is the spin-off show to the spin-off character, the side character to a spin-off movie of Star Wars. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see if this show can draw people in and really entice them to keep watching.
Yeah, I'm honestly just so far, I really do give Disney a little bit of props for just taking a chance on this one and not just banking on Obi-Wan and Boba and all these legacy characters.
Exactly.
So yeah, we're gonna give you guys our thoughts, likes, dislikes, all that good stuff. So thank you for joining us. Get yourself a cold one.
Cheers.
The show is centered around Cassian Andor, who was one of the main characters of the spin-off movie Rogue One, Star Wars Rogue One, that came out in
2015, you said?
2016?
Somewhere around there.
Around there. Some, myself included, might say that it's the only Disney Star Wars movie worth a damn. At least for me. I don't like the sequel trilogy. I didn't care for Solo.
Yes, I would completely agree with
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Rogue One is really cool, and what it really makes it special is that it just follows this ragtag group of nobodies. These aren't superpowered, superhuman people with lightsabers, and they can survive all kinds of grievous injuries. And these are regular boots on the ground people, and they all die in the end. Trying to pursue their goal. And I thought that was just really great and really fascinating. Yeah,
it's more relatable.
Yeah, very relatable, really gritty, really fun. And I really like that, and they decided to make a show on this one guy. And I gotta give it to Disney. Took a lot of balls for them to do that, because normally they've been banking on the legacy characters, the Obi-Wans and the Boba Fetts and all this stuff, the Luke Skywalkers.
Yes, all the big names.
Yeah, so for them to take a chance on this guy that's already dead to us, we already know what happens to him, and make a show around it, I mean, that took a lot of effort. I would say that,
But I gotta be honest, when I saw this show announced on their slate of all these other big names, because you're right, they had Obi-Wan show, they had Ahsoka, they had Book of Boba Fett, all these big names. And when I saw Andor, it was my least anticipated by far.
Mm-hmm.
But it has become very quickly my favorite, and I'm so glad that I took the time to watch it and gave it a chance, because it's paying off. Disney really took a big step to try and tell this character's story, and I am really enjoying it. Like you said, it's a very boots on the ground, normal character. He's not a Palpatine. He's not a Skywalker. This guy's just a nobody. And his story is very compelling to me. Some might say it's kind of boring. I've been hearing a lot of things about it. It's a little boring, but I feel like people just need to give it a chance.
From the start, from the first 2 minutes, it's like the cinematography, the ambiance that, it's very, like we were talking about, beforehand.
Oh yeah.
All very cyberpunk, very just really gritty, and the rain, and he's in a red light district.
Blade Runner, cyberpunk.
Really moody, and the music is different, and
yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm really enjoying it.
It's easily the most mature show. I don't see this show being like The Mandalorian, where it pleases everyone from a 5-year-old to a 50-year-old.
I was drinking my beer watching the first episode, and it starts off immediately in a brothel, in a pleasure house of the galaxy, and I was like, okay, all right, this might go somewhere very interesting. Already the tone just felt grittier. Hey, Grogu, you gotta turn away, Grogu. You don't get to watch this one, all right?
No, what we need is what we need.
I turned him around, so.
What we need is a Jar Jar spin-off where it starts him going to a brothel and he gets...
Ooh, that's too dark, bro. That's too dark. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm into that. Alright, guys, so just so you know, this is going to be kind of a whole recap encapsulating all of the first 3 episodes. We're going to go in depth a little bit, not too much though. We would usually want to go episode by episode, but because they released all 3 at the same time, it's just going to be easier and a quicker episode to just go through all 3 and give you our main impressions of kind of each episode, and then just wrap it up from there. Tell you our likes, dislikes of them as a whole.
So at first, Cassian Andor looks like he's off to a good time off in the whorehouse, and he's waiting to be offered by a lady. He's looking for a particular kind. Our guy has a taste. He has a type, and she's looking for a girl from what planet?
Kenari.
Now we don't know why yet, but the girl that he speaks to, she's like, well, that she's been gone for months, You know,
Yeah, she's
now,
not here.
yeah. So while he's doing that, and she asks like, "Are you her husband? Are you her boyfriend?" He's like, "That's my sister."
Yeah.
I'm not here to kink shame anyone, you know, but I hope they're just trying to catch up and.
Oh shit. I mean, they make it pretty relevant that he's just looking for his sister.
Okay,
He hasn't
okay.
seen her.
All right. Just making sure. So while they're
That's
having this
funny,
conversation, these two just slobs in the corner are mad because hey, we were here first, you
Yeah,
know,
fucking
and
assholes.
that girl, that the madame or whatever she is, she's like, oh, these guys, they like pretending that they're police. They're just security force. That's all they are. They just think that they're more than they, you know. They're basically bullies, you know.
But he's like,
Yeah.
no, you should service them first. This is a corporate-run town. This place that they're in, Morlana 1. It's a Preox Morlana corporate zone. So there's a bunch of corporate people affiliated with the Empire who are basically running this town. So he's like, no, go take care of them. Don't worry about me. But she blows them off. She knows they're assholes. He's looking for his sister. She's not there. He leaves, and they follow behind. Of course, they got to pick a fight because they're just assholes. They're just pissed. And the scuffle goes bad. One of them gets knocked out, ends up dying, hits his head on something. I don't know. What a snowflake. He gets knocked out. He dies. And then his friend realizes that, oh shit, this guy's going to kill me. I know, you know what? It was just an accident. You didn't mean to kill him. We can both go in together. I'll tell him that story. And Andor has to make a decision. He has to decide if he's going to trust this corporate guy who he knows doesn't give a shit about him with his life, or just kill him on the spot, kill the witness to this crime, and just book it, go on the run. So he makes the hard call. He kills the dude right in his face, motionless. Oh, it was such a good scene. I loved it so much. And then he takes off. He's got to run now. He's killed 2 corporate guys, again, affiliated with the Empire. He knows he's got to go on the run. He's got to hide. So he takes off, and this is the beginning of our story. It was a good beginning. Like I'm saying, I'm there drinking my beer. I'm seeing him walk into a pleasure house. Just, I don't know what's going on. And all of a sudden, he's killed 2 people. And he's running.
Yeah.
It was intense, dude, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, there's no way, like, he wasn't going to use the Force to, like, you don't remember how he looked like. Or none of that. This is a regular guy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, can you put yourself in that situation? Like, you accidentally killed somebody. This guy's like, hey, we'll go to the station. I'll tell him that he tripped. Like, come on. Like, if we went to the station, he'd be like, this guy murdered Jimmy.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
What, you know?
He would have sold him out so quick.
Yeah.
But we say this is a normal guy, but this is a normal guy with some experience. He's got street smarts.
He's scrappy. He's a scrappy dude.
He's smart. Yeah. He knows how to fight, and he's got street smarts.
No.
He's intelligent. He knows how to survive.
Yeah.
So that's where our story takes off, and I was immediately invested, and I was along for the ride from that point on. From there, we get introduced to a lot of great characters. His friends, Bix, his droid, B2 Emo, which they just call him B. His surrogate mom. These first whole 3 episodes are basically just him and the story of him getting out of that planet that he was on.
Yeah. A
cat and mouse chase, and then him escaping to wherever he's headed to next. And then him getting recruited basically by the rebellion. The start of a rebellion. Skarsgård's in here. I love Skarsgård. Great actor. Fucking great actor. Great voice.
Yeah, his voice was super awesome. Yeah, he just
has a great presence. Andor's into the underground world of everything is Biggs and his characters. So you find that he connects. Like he has his connections. He knows about the underground world. Like again, he's very street smart. He knows how to survive. He's gonna have connections.
So now Biggs, she's kind of getting a little close, a little chummy with the coworker. And this coworker, Tim. So this Tim guy is just a very insecure guy. He kind of sees Andor and Bix kind of like whispering to each other up in the corner.
He knows they have a past, a history.
Yeah, it's implied. It kind of looks like they were a little like sweethearts at some point or something. But so he's kind of feeling a little insecure, a little jealous, and he starts following him, kind of listening, and
he says he sees this notice that says we're looking for a male from Canary. Apparently, Bix told him that was his past. He's been telling everybody he's from somewhere else, covering his tracks.
Best?
Yeah, from Fest. But Bix told Tim. Tim tells rats on him and tells corpos, and the corpos are now on his trail. Our main Corporal Goody Two-Shoe and the Scottish guy who's reinforcing his whole cat and mouse chase. I love the third episode. The third episode is so much fun when he meets up with the buyer. For he has this thing. Andor has this like imperial thing. I'm not really entirely sure what it is, but it like tracks coordinates or something like that. He can like track imperial starships or something like that with it.
That's one of my issues with it, but we'll talk about.
Well, he has this thing, and then he has a buyer for it. That's Skarsgård. Skarsgård is like this. He wants to start a rebellion. He hates the Empire. He wants to start a rebellion against them. He's trying to recruit Andor. He's using this thing. He's using the whole meetup to buy it as a tactic to hire Andor. Mm-hmm. The corporals finally track him down to this planet. Tim ends up dying in this, and it's so satisfying. There's a lot of satisfying things that happen. It's not satisfying that Tim dies so much, but I mean, he did kind of have it coming.
I'm glad he died. Snitches get stitches. He snitched him out. He called him on a payphone, like, "Hey, 911, I got some information on the guy from Karami or whatever plan."
Karami.
Yeah, and Tim gets shot right in front of his girl.
Yeah, and it feels good. I mean, I don't know. Depending who you are, it feels good. It feels like payoff though.
Yeah,
like justice. It feels like justice. We get a lot of that payoff though in this show. In the third episode, especially, they have this decoy ship. Like they're trying to get away, and all the corporals go after it, and it blows up. And then here you go. Here's this guy who went after this whole thing. Went after Andor because 2 of his men died. 2 of his men died. And now look, more men are dead.
Yeah.
Because of his dumb squabble.
His ego.
Yes, his ego, his pride. He wanted to make it right. And he ended up getting more of his men dead. And so he's just standing there just awestruck and humbled, hopefully.
Yeah.
But no, not really. He's going to keep going after
Andor. No, I think that like it went from being a business thing, it went from being my job thing to a personal thing.
Exactly.
Like, you can tell from this guy that he's not going to let go.
Exactly.
If anything, you just made him really just reinforce like we're stopping these guys.
But it feels good because you're like, oh, he went after just 2 men were dead. Guess what? Now more of your men are dead. Dude.
Yeah.
And even before that, Andor actually gets him and ties him up and makes him look like a chump. So that was really that felt really
humiliating.
Good. Yeah,
you know, not only were you bested like tactically, but you saw the enemy hold a gun against you, and so
you weren't able to do anything about it, and it just feels so good.
Now, I mean, just from these 3 episodes, we've established the fact that this is the most mature of all the Star Wars. Like, it's the grittiest, it's the grimiest. Yeah, I mean, they're cursing. What would they call them? Bastards? They said shit.
Shit. The Scottish dude said shit. And so that's canon now in Star Wars. Shit exists.
So they're cursing. There's hints of sex, not only with the brothel, but Bix and her guy. She goes over to her guy's house, and it's kind of like,
she's like naked, or she's not naked. She has like her panties on or whatever, her underwear on, and she's like pulling on. They make sure to show you she's putting on her pants. Yeah. So like they smash. Just so you know. Yeah. So at the same time, while we're having this whole story of Andor running from the corpos, we keep getting flashbacks to his childhood on this other planet he came from, Kenari. The planet Kenari, when he was a child, and with his sister. We see his sister as a little kid, the one who he's searching for at the very beginning of the show. They lived in this, like, I like to call them the Children of the Corn tribe on Kenari, just a bunch of kids. There are some older kids, but it's like the oldest probably is like 18 at the most. They're all kids, and they show you that, and they're just like this tribe of kids that are living on this planet trying to survive. We don't get a lot of backstory exactly how they got there. We don't get any backstory on the parents, why they're just a bunch of kids. But it's a Republic ship that crash lands, and then these kids go to investigate it. During those 3 episodes, they go to investigate it, and then that's when we see the introduction of Merva and her, I guess they're just scavengers?
Like junkers? Just like salvaging, parts of stolen, ships and whatever, and then selling them.
Ships and selling them, and they find him. For some reason, I'm not sure why, she decides to knock him out. I mean, we know why, because the Republic's going to land, they're going to kill him.
Yeah.
Or take him hostage.
I kind of feel like they're hinting that ship had some kind of like pathogen or something. I don't know if you noticed, all the dead people looked really fucking yellow.
Yes, they were yellow. They had jaundice.
They looked really weird. So it's like maybe something got in the ship. Like,
interesting. I didn't think about that.
I mean, it did crash.
At first, I thought they were aliens. But no, they're
No?
very human.
Yeah, no, they're like
Just
scientists
yellow.
working on something. So when the ship was shot down, maybe at some point during the attack, they let something loose.
Yeah, something gets loose and then they all die.
Yeah.
They're all yellow. They're all dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. We don't know anything about that. We don't know why they don't have parents. But Merva wants to save him from the Republic. She knows if they come and search the ship, they're going to find him, imprison him, torture him, who knows what. So she knocks him out. This is when we get introduced to... That's her droid, the emo droid, B2 emo. And the other character, I don't know what his name is. He's really cool too, though. I think that's her husband. Or partner or something.
We've only seen him here in this flashback.
We don't
know what happened to him later on because he's not with them.
Well, I think we do know what happens to him because at one point when Skarsgård's talking to Andor, he says your father was hung there. So I'm thinking that was his surrogate dad. And he got hung for something. So maybe they have a relationship. Merva and this dude were together partners. I don't know, but I'm thinking that was his dad.
Okay, like his adoptive father.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't think about that. If there's one small gripe in that scene where he meets his adoptive mother, like mother figures, she's an old lady. Okay, so she's an old actress. She's an elder lady. So it makes sense when in the...
I think I have an answer for you about this. Okay, go ahead.
But in the flashbacks, you see Andor like 9 years old. And this lady looks just as old. Like, you guys couldn't have done a little bit of that digital...
They solved this. When it's the flashbacks, she has brown hair. When it's the future, she has gray hair.
Wow, I mean, she looks terrible for her age. In the current era, I would say Andor's like maybe 29, maybe 30.
Okay, I like that.
But, I mean, he was like 7 or 8 when this lady got him, and she looked just the same. I mean... They should have done some House of the Dragon recasting there. This is like House of the Dragon time jump. I honestly wouldn't have minded a younger actress, and we would have put 2 and 2 together. But I mean, she just looked exactly the same, but with red hair. And I was like, she looked really old for this job. Like, girl, that's one of my few nitpicks. Get yourself some Botox, girl.
I have really enjoyed this show thoroughly the entire time. Yeah, I'm having a really hard time thinking of things that I did not like. I guess not as much action as I would have liked. It is a little slow. This is where I can see people saying like it's just slow. It reminds me of Peaky Blinders. I'm watching Peaky Blinders right now. I've never seen it. It's a lot of talking, a lot of build up, and then the last episode of the season, there's some action. Mm-hmm. The last episode of these 3 episodes, there's some action. But before that, it's not too much to go on. I guess that's the best thing I could say is that it can get a little dragged down. But honestly, I didn't feel like that. Like I said, maybe that's the beer talking because I was drinking while I binged all 3 episodes straight. But I was in it. I was in it full ride. I was enjoying all the dialogue. I was enjoying the settings and what was going on. So I really don't have that much to nitpick. Honestly, but I think James has a little bit more.
Not a lot. I already did mention that his mother figure just looked old throughout. I mean, at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. It's just It's a nip.
Yeah. No, I would agree though.
Yeah.
Now that you pointed it out, I would agree.
But I do gotta say one thing, and you did mention it earlier, is I do think the pacing is a little slow. Now I don't mind a slow burn. I don't. But it was just a slow burn. Like, I feel like they could have cut out a good 15 minutes total of all 3 episodes. So it wouldn't be like a big drastic difference, but maybe 5 from 3 episodes. Because it was just really going very slow.
Yeah.
So even though I'm invested and I'm enjoying what I'm watching, there was a part of me that was like, well, let's get to it. Come on. So I can appreciate it. We were talking about it earlier, and I was like, it reads like a book. Like a chapter of a book. And I don't mind it too much, but after a while I was like, we need to kind of pick up the pace a little bit.
But maybe that's why they thought about that. And that's why they released all 3 at the same time. Because they were like, if people watch just like 1 episode at a time or 2 episodes, there's no real payoff in those. So they're like, they're going to hate it. So let's give them 3 when we actually get some payoff in the 3rd. And we do get payoff, a lot of payoff in that 3rd episode. Well, as the first 3 episodes... I'd give it probably an 8.5, if not a 9. I loved it. I thought it was great. I was just
Immersed.
engaged. Yeah, immersed, engaged with all of it. Every little dialogue, every little sentence, every set piece. And I think it's gonna be one of the best since Mandalorian. I think it's one of the best since Mandalorian, and it has the potential to even be better, in my opinion. I'm a big fan. I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna say 9.
No.
9 out of 10. Maybe I would change that a little bit for each episode individually, but as all those 3 episodes, I'm grading them all as whole because they came out together.
I'm going to go ahead and grade it an 8 out of 10. And it sounds a little bit more harsh than you. But don't. No. I really enjoyed it. I was like, wow, this is a breath of fresh air. So I really dig it. And I really like that griminess.
Yeah.
This is the darkest, I think, the most grimiest Star Wars has been. They really gloss over like sex. They really gloss over prostitution. They really gloss over drugs, and they'll mention it. Want to buy some death sticks?
Yeah.
But it's really just kind of glossed over. Then they go back to the Jedi stuff. But in this one, it's just like so.
This is the world they live in. Like this is what
for a regular
them.
Joe, a guy who doesn't live in a temple on Coruscant.
It really makes the Empire feel like a threat again, which I don't think Boba Fett did. Mandalorian even struggles at it sometimes. And Obi-Wan definitely didn't make the Empire feel that scary. Not even Darth Vader. And that sucks because Darth Vader should be the end-all, be-all of things that are scary. But even in that show, they kind of made him seem like a little bit of a pushover and let Obi-Wan get away with some things that maybe he shouldn't have. So I am so invested in this series, and I'm glad it's happening. Like I said in the very beginning, this was a show that I did not think I was gonna be into, enjoy, care about. Why are they making it? And it's gone from that to being it went from that to being my most anticipated to now being the one that I enjoy the most, besides Mandalorian.
Yeah, because I was going to be like, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I do feel like I do enjoy Mandalorian a little bit more. But, yeah, overall, I think it's the best since Mandalorian. Yeah.
It's not for everybody. The show isn't going to be might not be for the common Star Wars fan who's just all about Force and lightsabers and right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very gray show. It's the tough choices you have to make in life sometimes. Not sometimes you got to kill a guy.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Or 2.
A little happy birthday to our own James here, Junkyard Fox. It's his birthday today. Today. The 25th?
24th.
24th.
Yeah.
Sorry. A day away. Happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Of course. I'm glad you got to spend it drinking a beer and talking about things you love. Huh?
Hell yeah. So thank you all for everything. Thank you, Ben. We've been great buddies for, like 8 years now, I think.
Good. Wow.
Time flies.
So yeah, guys, be sure to sound off. Tell my man happy birthday. He deserves it. We're all getting older here, but we're having a great time. And I feel like getting older, as Star Wars fans, this is the show that we are looking forward to and expect from anybody who's running Star Wars. So congrats on you, Disney. We really appreciate it. Yeah. Any words you want to say?
I mean, just if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
Happy birthday gift.
Growing channel.
Yeah.
If you can, would like to give me a birthday gift, give us that thumbs up. Let us grow, and let us just sound off down below. Let us know in the comment section, what did you like, what didn't you like? Ben really loved it. I did very much enjoy it. I just do think the pacing is a little bit too slow. But, I'm excited to see where it goes from here, because, I think it's going to get really good. So let's just get a discussion going down below, and we'll see you guys next week with another video.
Yeah, next week, episode 4, guys. Hope you guys are excited as much as we are, and we'll see you there. We'll be here. Twin Engines of Destruction. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment. We'll see you on the next one.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Happy birthday, brother. Let's chug this whole thing now. Just kidding. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I'm like, no way. I'm going to keep it.
Andor would have chugged it.
Andor was looking for his sister at a whorehouse. I don't know.